Hello, everyone. I am YaKeecha Sartor with Lady Armor Jewelry. Thank you for joining me for this week's edition of Winning Wednesday. Every week, I give you a little bit of inspiration to get you over that midweek slump. Today, I want to talk to you about seeing things differently. I totally was going another route today for my Winning Wednesday, but I just had to share this so I would not forget it. Now, for those of you who don't know me, I am a homeschool mom. I homeschool my daughter. We started school already. We're up and running. And today she was doing an assignment. Now, what she was doing actually is something she's been doing for years. It was just a review problem. And the instructions clearly said, write the time an hour later. That was the instructions on her paper. So she said, okay, turn her paper over and was about to do something else. And I said, what are you doing? And she was like, looking with this blank look. And then I turned her paper over to read the instructions, and it said, write the time an hour later. Now, what it meant was write the time shown. What is an hour later of the time shown? She took it as come back in an hour and write the time. And so she thought she had to wait an hour, and it was saying just what's an hour later from the time that's shown. And it was just like, oh my gosh, she is such a literal person. I mean, it can really drive you batty. She is so literal. And when I saw that, I was just like, oh my gosh, like, I see why so many people are frustrated. And why so many people are running off on the wrong course is because you were given instructions and you interpreted the instructions to mean one thing, and someone else or the person that told you meant something totally different. Now, if you're in a situation and you feel like you're spinning your wheels, like, I did everything you told me to do, God. I don't know what's going on with my life. I don't know what's going on with my business. I don't know what's going on with my marriage. You told me to keep my mouth shut, so I haven't been talking to my spouse for 3 weeks. What's the problem? Duh, that's not what keep your mouth shut means, And so some of us are doing things that we are taking the instructions or the directions literally, or it could have two interpretations of the directions, and what the person meant is not what we heard. And so we got to make sure that we're hearing instructions properly and that we're following properly, or we ask questions when we are not understanding something. And my daughter had no problem because she felt like, oh, okay, I understand this, do this in an hour. But what she should have thought was, why would it tell me to wait an hour to do my work? I mean, that really would have made me think, clearly I'm not supposed to wait an hour to do my work. And so I'm telling you, if you're struggling with something in your life, first of all, laugh at yourself, but then think about, did I misinterpret the directions that were given to me? Maybe that's what's causing the breakdown in communication in your marriage. Maybe that's causing you to not be promoted on your job. Maybe that's why your business isn't prospering, because you were told to do one thing, but you interpreted the information as something else, and you're doing something totally different from what you were intended to do. So I am encouraging you, make sure that you have the proper perspective about things, because we could see things differently, but also you could be the person that has given the instructions and someone isn't doing what you want them to do. But think about it. Did you communicate your need to that person properly? Do they really understand what you're saying? Did you use the right words, the right tone, or the right demeanor when you were given those instructions? What type of environment was it in? Were you upset when you said something? Or were you mumbling and they didn't quite hear what you were saying? So even though this was a fun day for us and this was a very comical idea for me, it helped me to see that some of us are struggling because we totally miss the directions, and we're off and running doing something in the wrong direction, thinking we're right when we're totally wrong. So I want you to make sure that you change your perspective. Make sure you're following directions and win. Thank you for allowing me to share with you for today's Winning Wednesday episode. I do hope you are enjoying these and are learning something from me, and maybe even the silly things that are happening with my family as we go throughout our daily routine. If you are, please leave me a comment below. You can share this video with family and friends, or you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, Lady Armor Jewelry, where you'll find a year's worth of Winning Wednesdays that are there to inspire the winner that is within you. And you can follow me on my Facebook page as well, Lady Armor Jewelry. But in the words of Zig Ziglar, I want you to remember that you were born to win. But in order to win, you must plan to win, prepare to win, expect to win, because you were born to win. God bless you. God loves you. I love you. And I will see you next time on my next episode of Winning Wednesday. Bye.